The thinking behind Power and Choice was to try and get the young people to start looking at responsibilities and looking to see that they, with every choice, there's a certain amount of power and how to use that power. They looked at different stages of how their choices affect everybody and outside their general area. We were working with young people from Glencairn and the Upper Shankill area, and also with some young people from the Ormeau Road. Both Glencairn and the Ormeau Road are among the highest in Northern Ireland for social and economic deprivation. They're single identity areas and the kids very seldom would do anything cross-community.
There's nothing really to do in Glencairn. There's mostly fields, but there's nothing on them. There's 2 parks. There's no sports facilities, nothing to do.
There's a lack of sports facilities in the Glencairn. There's they could do with it somewhere to go and do more sports facilities. It's just all grass for the boys to play football, but there's nothing for the girls.
At the weekends and all, you would have all the children running about the streets. There would be drinking and taking other stuff, getting involved with the police, which really you don't need, and the paramilitaries having at your door, which really kids don't need. They need better things. Fanny does a lot for us and keeps us off the streets. She tries to take us away as much as possible and reward us for things that we would do with her.
This Lower Ormeau is just before between the Donegal Pass and the Upper Ormeau Road. There is about 14 streets. Not really much to do apart from the clubs.
In the Lower Ag there's a gym, there's a dance studio and there's a football pitch. And in St John's there's a pool room, there's computers and there's a football hall.
We would go there on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays to play football, snooker, go on the computers, play pool, and then sometimes there's discos on in there.
Both groups, they gelled together really quickly. The young people from Glencairn just come from different backgrounds. They're 16, 17-year-olds, different ages, different abilities, and they just had a great time. They got on so well with the group from the Ormeau Road and vice versa. Learning about each other's culture and learning that because one was Protestant and the other was Catholic, that they actually had a lot in common. They did camera training to learn with NVTV, to learn how to use cameras and how to use sound. They went up and they interviewed people in the city centre that day as well, and they got a real buzz out of that as well. They went to the City Hall where they then put those camera skills into practice. For them, it really empowered them to do things for themselves and look at things more creatively as well. We took them to Grosvenor Road Police Station and they got to see behind the scenes and they got to meet with police officers and see things from a different perspective.
Yesterday we went to the peeler station down the Ormeau Road. We got to see all the equipment they use, their armour, which was really heavy. Their different types of guns, their cars, their bike. Got to sit in the back of the Land Rover. It made me realise a different point of view about the peelers than what I usually have. Like, they have to make tough decisions and like make sure they are safe, but making other people safe too.
They have to make difficult choices, and I wouldn't like to be in that situation at all. Like, what will I do? Will I arrest somebody? Will I not? Or will I kill somebody? Or shoot or whatever? Or will I just stand there and just forget about it? Or will I walk away? Or will I do something about it? And you're always going to be in that situation no matter what they come across. And there is some difficult things that they have to say to different people, like, which is quite hard.
They then went to the Young Offenders Centre and they met with a young guy called Chris who told his story about how that he was underage drinking and he had bought a car, he smashed the car and ended up killing people, and that had a big effect on all of us, his honesty and his openness about how his choices had affected himself and other people. They went to the fire station because there's so many in the area, so many fires lit around the 12th of July and stuff, so the kids went there. There they were able to, the firemen had set up in a rescue situation where the kids were put, the young people were put into fire suits and actually had to go in and find dummies, and they had to search around in the dark till they could find bodies, which really had an effect on them as well. And they talked with the firemen and they were able to give them some of the horrendous things that they had seen. Again, looking at choice and how people use the choices and powers they have. I suppose the highlight was the trip to London.